So I saw this post recently saying that Drake has now been the best-selling rapper worldwide for 10 consecutive years, right? And I thought to myself, oh, that's a breakdown. And I want to cover three major things that I think has happened with Drake for him to be able to maintain this. Because when you think about what 10 consecutive years mean, that means that this started from about 2015. And you contrast that to what you hear from a lot of people when they say, oh, his best years when nothing was the same. Take care of it. That's well before 2015. 2015 is, if you're reading this, too late, and so on and so forth. So let me talk about those three things. The first one, I think, to be honest with you, is Drake's ability, right, to be able to understand how albums now kind of roll out and how music kind of has changed, right? You talk to a lot of rap purists, even people like myself, we often complain about the albums and the albums got to be cohesive. It's got to be, I get it, sequencing all those things. It's not that you should get rid of those things. It's not that going the album solid route, heavy route won't work for you. But I think Drake has been willing to accept very, very early from that 2015 era of what albums has now changed to. And I use this term a lot. He's kind of accepted this sort of playlist type of era. I mean, an era in which, as you notice from 2015 on, is when streaming got a lot popular, where the kids, right, are now listening to music from give me the best songs. Let me tell my best songs. I'll make my playlist. I'll listen. They go on Spotify. They're looking for tailored playlists, Apple Music tailored playlists. And I think Drake has learned very early from that 2015 era the sort of recipe for success, right? So much so even 2018, right? More like he called it a playlist. Now that doesn't mean that his albums are totally just like not cohesive, doesn't have good sequencing, but he's leaned into that, right? Second thing I think is an ability to touch different genres, tap in different genres. I remember the other day, Vibe Cartel was like, hey, listen, man, I don't know what they talking about over there, but shout out to Drake on the Jamaican type of things. When he touch our genres, like that's showing us love. We don't want to call him culture vulture or nothing like that. And then I think somebody said, oh, it's the people whose culture he's not vulturing that calls him a culture vulture. But the idea is that he knows how to tap into different genres. That's how you become the best-selling rapper worldwide. The key word here is worldwide. It also speaks to his talent, right? Because he's one of the few people that can make a one dance and then turn around and gives you God's plan. And then he can turn around and give you Look Alive, right? And I think his ability to do that, he understands that, hey, God's plan may work in the southern part of the United States, but one dance may work in different countries in Africa. But Look Alive may work out there in the Midwest or in the South, in Tennessee, or, little things like